Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Dem Drop Blokes to Delta Green, straight out of Billings. Crazy motherfucker named Ham Hock is going to give us his
with a band called Wiggers with Attitude.
Oh, that's a bit harsh. And an ice cool motherfucker named Frankie, and obviously me, Shogun P. Let's roll.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, let's go somewhere. So you have set up a. Oh no, that's not it. Oh no, it is, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. Just below. We on the same page? Yes, we are. This is progress. This is technology. You've set up the helicopter, which is looking in a kind of east southeast kind of direction. Maybe south. West southwest kind of direction, kind of looking down, covering that area over there on the left hand side. That makes sense. The time is what we say it was about 5 when you arrived. So say it's about 5:30 now. You've positioned the helicopter. You've instructed a wide spread to check for this heat signature. Salty acknowledges that, wishes you well, and you hop out. And he turns the rotors off, but keeps the engine running, just so he's not attracting too much attention.
Just be clear that we take our equipment with us. That is the makeshift flamethrower / ice cannon, the Mac 10s, the incendiary grenades, and a shoulder bag full of a few mason jars of fuel.
Sure, no problem. Assuming that you've got kind of half-ass rucksacks and you're just kind of loading yourself as much as possible. You'd look a bit funny walking down the street with an RPG.
Covered in Kevlar as well.
Yeah, we're fully tactical at the moment.
Yeah, you got vests and helmets if you want them. Tactical.
Yeah, so I mean, nicking a tractor isn't going to be a problem looking like this, surely.
No. You look like a goddamn American.
Freedom fighters.
You got your mega caps on.
Yeah. This is Uncle Sam's business.
So you are. I mean, the scanning. You're in constant communication. Salty's very good at communicating ongoing. You get a sense that his training is beyond military. It's very formal, but not necessarily military. You get a sense that maybe he's more kind of test pilot or NASA or something like that. He's very good at giving you ongoing reports without it being obtrusive. So he's quiet. You can hear him on the CB, and he's giving you updates if he sees anything. He checks it out. So if he sees a radiator heat source, he checks it out and says, no, this is a false positive. It's a radiator at this position on your map, and carries on. So you've both got a CB each, or a little handheld radio which communicates with all three of you. Okay.
So we start making our way down.
Have we got earpieces for these, or is it just off of the shoulder sort of?
You can have earpieces. They're even if the off the shelf stuff has earpieces now anyway, so you can just clip these onto your lapel or onto your shirt or whatever, onto your rucksack strap, and you can pop them in an earpiece. That's fine. Yeah, it's a tag vest. Yeah,
I attach it to a piece of webbing somewhere.
That's fine. So you make your way down. Just tell me where you go and what you do.
So we are walking down. I am looking for the first vehicle that I can see.
Sure. There's one coming down the road towards you, within 5 minutes.
I step out in front, holding my FBI badge.
Okay, it's a rather boring Nissan. Well, everyone seems to be driving Asian cars in this game for some reason. There's no big Cadillacs or anything. It's very disappointing. Little old lady, she kind of stops and puts her head out and says, "Officer, what? Are you okay? Can I help?"
Yeah, ma'am, I'm really sorry to do this to you, but we are going to need to requisition your vehicle.
But how am I going to get back to Barry?
Do you have a mobile phone?
Yeah, but I only really turn it on in emergencies.
So now is an emergency.
Is it?
Yeah. So what you need to do is you need to call yourself a cab.
Oh, what's a cab?
Okay, wait 1 moment, ma'am. I'm gonna break my phone out. I'm gonna find a local cab company. I'm gonna arrange a cab to come and pick this woman up.
Okay, officer. Okay.
Or should I just rip her out of the car?
I've got this. Don't worry.
Hey, Colin B.
It's all right, Pat. Fine. It's fine, Pat. It's fine. I've got this one, ma'am. Everything's absolutely fine. There's a cab on the way. What did you say your address was again? Where are you going?
Oh, it's 2617 North Street, Billings. It's just on the edge.
I relay that to the cab firm.
Can't the old Doris just give us a lift and then be on the way?
I'm not about to drive her onto the set of a monster movie. That's not happening. Okay, so
love, come on.
You just stand here by the side of the road. There's a cab coming. It'll be absolutely fine. Okay, and your car will be delivered back to you as soon as we're done with it. I promise you that.
Oh, okay.
Also, your photos all over national news. Maybe she should end up in a field. I mean, I'm just putting it out. I'm whispering this in his ear.
What do you mean in a field? Like a hearing aid's like you're feeding back. It's like on super. It's like on super mode.
Just get in the car, Pat. It's fine.
You're picking up the FM again, dear. FM, turn it off.
Okay. Good luck, officer. God bless America.
Yeah. God bless America. Thank you.
Ireland.
Goodbye.
So yeah, we are now avec wheels, and no one had to die. It's amazing.
Who's to say she's not? Who's to say she's not going to die?
We might have saved her because she sounded a bit like doddery behind the wheel. Do you know what I mean? So she could have caused a serious RPA. In fact,
to run into all this traffic we've got down these roads.
Yeah,
we should have nicked a fucking traitor.
Pat, it's the principle of it, Pat. It's the principle of it.
You suspect
what?
Old people driving.
You suspect that most people use the freeways around here. These are just roads which are like beautifully tarmacked, but not really that well worn. So, poor old lady. She might die a horrible death tonight, and it'll be all your fault.
Well, I'll probably blame the cab driver, but you know. Anyway, we've requisitioned her car.
I'll blame David, but also don't give a fuck.
She's let you have the car, but I'm going to ask you to roll the persuade as well. Particularly if she has a mobile phone.
Not me, I wanted to kill her.
Yeah, you can roll psychopath. I know you can roll good. You can roll good Delta Green agent. Gold star from Dwayne. For Paddy. Thanks.
Luck would have been the one, surely.
Yeah, I'll decide what should be the one around here, Pat. So you're in a car, you're driving off. You notice in your rearview mirror.
You just wait.
You notice in your rearview mirror she's on a blower. She's probably. I imagine she's on the blower to her husband to make sure things are okay.
Can I retcon something quickly?
You can retcon anything you like.
Something quickly.
Okay.
I just want to go. Thank you for helping the country, and pull out the jewellery that I had, and just give her a big gold chain from Theobald Graves' house. That should buy you a new car. Sorry, darling. Bye.
Okay, well done. So she's phoning somebody while wearing a massive gold chain. That's beautiful. So
I mean, I'm done. I'm done.
Would you like to retcon any more?
Oh yeah, I'll give it more. I bet it's looking like fucking T-Chain.
She's in your review mirror. T-Chain is calling his husband. So you're driving somewhere. Tell me where you're going.
To David Uli's residence.
He's dead.
So yeah. Mrs. Uli,
so his former residence.
Yeah, his former residence.
So this place here. Okay, it doesn't take you long to drive down the road while the scan is going on. Yeah, by the time you got the car and made your thing, this is 3 clicks down the road, so it's literally 5 minutes or whatever. There's nothing much going on. You do see agricultural workers; they're all packing up for the day. The sun is going down. Of course it is, and
that means there's trouble ahead.
It means
moonlight, not sunlight. We're fucked. We're dead.
So you're aiming for this house on Damford Drive, whatever it is. What are you doing with the house?
Pulling into the drive.
Fine, okay. Because this isn't really theatre of the mind. We have theatre of the we have theatre of the Google Maps for you to look at. This is this is what you're looking at.
For those listening on podcast, it is a one-story bungalow that's sort of stretched out carriages on the right-hand side with the driveway approaching. On the left-hand side is a large white bungalow with a green door on the top of a stoop.
I like that. It's beautiful.
Is that car present?
No, it's as you see it, yeah.
So
I'm guessing that's the missus's car.
No, we don't know who lives here. She doesn't live here.
Looks like a Toyota Cruiser.
That's exactly that is exactly what it is. The missus does not live here. You're correct. The missus lives at a different address.
I'm a detective, I'll have you know.
I know. Yeah,
that's really been proved all the way through this series that you are so detective. Oh my God. Best detective. Sherlock Holmes got nothing on David. That's exactly what you are.
Stop it, please. You're embarrassing me. Stop it.
I bet I am.
I'm going to pull the car up directly behind that other car.
You pull up. It's getting darkish. It's not. The sun is like just on the horizon, and the lights are off in the house. And you pull up, and normally that would offer up a little bit of kind of if someone was in on a Saturday, which is what it is, someone would like pop their head out the window. You don't see anything. The car next to you, the passenger side door is open. If you park right next to it, wide open, and
is there any like glassy blue shit on the floor?
No, not that you can see. There's no seats in the front of the vehicle.
No seats.
No, they've been. Looks like they've been ripped out.
So let's just backtrack a little bit. What equipment are we both holding? I'm guessing Dave's got his two Mac 10s.
No, wait. Hang on. When you say it looks like the seats have been ripped out, does this look like it's just been driven?
Stripped.
Has it? Yeah. Has it? When you say ripped out, that's what I'm getting at. Have they been forcibly just ripped out, or have they been removed?
They've been forcibly ripped out, and the car is in what looks like good bodywork, good condition.
Jump out the car, run over, and put my hand on the bonnet. Is it hot?
You might lose a hand. Can I just get back to the fact: has Dave got both the Mac 10s, or have I got one?
We've each got one.
We've each got one. So where's all the explosives? Because I don't mind Allah Akbar in this fucker.
So you don't have the. I mean, the gallons of fuel. They're on the helicopter, right?
No, I said I brought a couple of.
Fine.
Okay. We bought the incendiary grenades and the Mac 10.
Fine.
So we're basically walking incendiary bombs.
Yeah, and we have the makeshift.
Yes, that's true. You're a walking bombs. You've got everything. You've got everything with you in the car that is reasonable.
Everything's on the back seat, barring the Mac 10s, which are in our hands, right, or on our laps, right.
We also have our normal pistols. I might add to add. I got my whatever, and you got your whatever.
So David, upon seeing that the seats have been ripped out, is like putting two and two together, and that whole realization he had that like what he's dealing with isn't a monster, as in something completely different from a person. He's like, "Fuck, has it stolen a car?" So he wants to jump out of the car and put his hand on the bonnet and feel if it's hot.
The bonnet is cold.
Can I shoot David? I've had enough.
Why?
Well, funny you should say that.
Run to the front door. Has the front door?
So I'm literally still sitting in the car, and all I've seen is David run out, touch a car, not explain anything he's doing, and then run to the front door again.
I'm panicking.
He's definitely gone mad.
think
Yeah,
we're
no, I
not-
get it. A lead slug would really end this panic. I slowly get out the car. I get the bullets in the gun. I make sure I've got everything on me. Run to the door. And I
How's
just
the door looking?
stare at him.
The door is slightly ajar. It is not completely closed.
Does it look damaged in any way, or has it just been left open?
No, it's just been left open. Not open enough for you to see through the crack, unless you kind of give it a prod or whatever.
So I'm going to kind of like motion with my head at the door and like point the Mac-10 at it and like tow it open.
Okay.
I'm going to stand exactly where I am. I'm going to take the demijohn of gasoline off my back and just put it on top of the car so I'm not a walking incendiary bomb. And just carry on watching whatever the fuck Dave's doing without communicating. All he's done to me so far, he's gone head jiggle. And I'm like, what? Yeah, okay, motion all you like.
No,
I don't understand what that means. I'm a cat burglar. What the fuck is this?
I'm really getting it. David's
After all the shit I did for you to have a good name after this shit, you're definitely walking into the jaws of death. I mean, I don't mind killing myself. I'm done. I say goodbye to Ma, everything. You, on the other hand, have just gone,
There's you nose the door forward while making funny gestures to the car. The door opens maybe 3 inches, 75 mil, and stops. Just in case you're working in metric. We are in the States, so I wasn't sure. It's like you might be, I don't know. And it comes to a stop because you look down, and even in the with the light drawing out, you can see that there's a body stopping you from opening the door fully behind the door. Looks like a dude in jeans and a t-shirt, like oldish, middle-aged-ish, grey hair on his face. I've not frozen. I literally just stopped, like, for dramatic effect.
Okay, yeah, but it worked.
It seemed like everyone froze.
You hear a crackle on your radio. This is Schultz here. Just as an update, we've got a signal which is 2 clicks east of you. I can confirm it's a false positive again. Just a car engine cooling down. I've checked it out. No problem. Over.
I'll hear that if you don't mind, David, witnessing a body. Salty, could you spin the scanners around to our location? Probably 30 degrees south.
$30 south. So, where are we? Something like that.
I don't know. I can't see.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So, okay, Salty, I've got your position. Over.
Yeah. Anything interesting in front of, like, you can see us? I'll wave.
I can see a ginger doofus waving at me. Over. Is that a threat? Over.
Can you tell I'm ginger and bald now?
You're
very impressive.
You're giving off a heat signature because you've probably been in the sun. Over.
Very funny, Salty. Love you. See ya. Bye.
He's continues to give you like intermittent updates. And you're standing in a doorway, and you're sitting in a car, or whatever.
I'm standing outside the car.
It's standing outside the car now, right? Cool.
It always was. Demijohn is on top of the car, so the car is a very big incendiary bomb. I'm just standing with the door open behind the door, staring at David running around like a lunatic.
And text Pat.
Can you?
I'm like just behind you, man.
Robin and alertness, Mr. Pat, please.
Mr. Me. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Anything else you want me to roll?
No.
Oh, behave. I seem to be hearing a train approaching.
Salty got a pickup of 30 degrees. GSAT just stationary. False positive. Over. Carry on.
You say everything's a fucking false positive. I'm pretty sure. And I'll turn around 30 degrees.
David loses his shit and starts walking back over to Pat.
I think we're about to explode. I wouldn't come anywhere near us.
David, roll me a sand, please.
As you see your friend go up in flames. %.
Salty, got a moving vehicle, 28 degrees in range, two clicks from you.
This is against us. I want to go get my dice and roll them.
Fortunately, that was against helplessness as well. Just checking out now. Looks like a positive. 2 clicks from you, moving towards you. I'll just focus in and check. We'll report back.
So I'm walking back over to Pat. I'm like, there's a body in there, Pat.
Oh, right. Is it normal?
It looked fairly normal. It didn't speak to me or have extra fingers or anything.
Oh, there you go.
So I mean,
a dead person.
These days I call that normal.
Yeah.
So
he should be all right with it.
Salty just said he had something, right?
Didn't hear it. He said salty something 30 degrees somewhere, something.
Salty, come in, Salty.
We've still got a potential positive. 1.5 clicks due east. Appeared out of nowhere, traveling at approximately 40 kilometers an hour on Deptford Road. Over.
Right, so I'm going to set up, duffel bag on the floor, facing east.
Chevrolet Nexus, heat signature confirmed. Contents of car, 1 kilometer from you, due west. Apologies, traveling east. Sorry, I got this wrong. A lot of stress.
East or west? East, west, north, south. Come on, you're a fucking pilot. Get it right, you fucking crazy cunt.
I'm not a pilot. I'm an astronaut. Over.
Oh, great. Fucking space cadet up there.
So which way do you consider north, up or down?
That's Z. I think I could find a Z. Over. Right.
Can you send us a Google map?
Right or east? Right or east?
Okay, I'm gonna take a couple of shots at the ground in the direction I think the thing is coming from. Salty, did that look like it was in the right sort of place? I can't work out which one to face.
Like, when you put the gun up, I'm gonna slap it down. No, shut up.
You're telling us the point.
It's a Chevrolet heading in a certain area with an unknown heat signature, not the fucking floor. Chevrolet, a car.
I just want to ascertain whether it's east or west.
Yeah, you can ascertain whatever the fuck you like after we get rid of this fucking threat. And I cock the Mac-10, I cock the Struger, I get the fucking incendiary grenades out the bag and have them on hand. And I'm like, nah, every direction.
So can we work
Salty, tell me the fucking direction it's coming from.
West.
Guaranteed.
Roman alertness. Both of you.
Frankie, success. I failed. Oh.
What do you want to hear, Frankie? What do you want to hear?
I want to hear the engine. I want to hear the car coming, right? I want to hear the car coming.
Look on the map. So we've got. I've got a real-time event coming up here a little bit. I'll just put a couple of clicks in. This is like a kilometre from you now. This is the known position of a Higgs signature, which fits them, which matches.
Can't see nothing.
Can you see that bottom left of the map? Four X's.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh yeah.
Frankie, you know that's that because you're getting positions from Salty.
Yeah.
He's telling you due west, like 1.5 clicks, 1.34 clicks.
I hear it. It's coming. It's coming. Be ready.
And point the direction out.
Yeah.
In the garage behind you, you hear a person say, "Where's Isabel?"
Okay, so we've got both of them. Where's Digit Carcetti? Did I throw it at someone?
Where is Digit Carcetti?
Yeah, where is Digit Carcetti?
Because that was your alertness roll earlier that you failed. Digit Carcetti's in your rucksack going crazy. It was scratching around, scratching, scratchy.
When I told you it was just a normal dead body, I think I might have made a mistake.
No, that is a normal dead body. It was from the garage, not the doorway. The door's open, you opened it. It's not coming out. Flip over the car. Like, proper fucking Miami Vice style shit. Like, backwards roll so that the car is between me and the west. Take my demijohn of fucking inflammables off of the car. Out the way, ready to be thrown in any direction. And take Hunker down behind the car.
You've
Dave,
got
what are you doing?
You've got an incoming, which is 0.6 kilometres from your position, due west. Vehicle travelling 60 kilometres per hour.
Still a vehicle.
Bang,
I got a funny
bang,
might be
bang on the garage door.
Tell you what.
Where's Isabel?
What kind of garage door is it? Quickly, do I need to roll anything for it? Is
it looks like it's a electric rolly up one, and it's a steel. It looks like an aluminium roller shutter.
Okay, is there any like rubber seal on the bottom, or is it just to the floor and dead?
It's down to the floor, but these things are never. If you're looking for a gap underneath, these things are never like hermetically sealed. So you can get if you're looking to get a liquid under. If you're looking to get a liquid under there, you can get a liquid under there.
I think we set light to the garage and then worry about this car that's coming.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, I'll take your set light to the garage and raise you.
Oh, yes, we've got bogey. The bogey's live.
All right, I'll throw the demijohn at the garage door. Trying to aim not at the garage door, but just at the bottom, so that when the liquid spreads out of the glass, it actually goes under the door.
Sure. The bogey, you should have visual on the bogey right now. Over.
I stayed in my original position. Can I see bogey?
Yeah, you can see a car. Lights off when the lights should be on at the junction.
Well, it's a Chevrolet. We know that it's a car. I'm worried about that thing coming out in the darkness. So,
bang.
What was my demijohn throw? Do I need to roll?
No, you don't need to roll. This is like piece of piss stuff for you.
Okay, cool. So then I just pop an incendiary grenade and throw it on after it.
Okay. Where are you?
Bye-bye, house.
Right.
So if we're looking at that picture, we're like behind the people carrier Toyota.
Yeah.
I've rolled over it, so I'm at the right side of that car and thrown it sort of diagonally.
Got it. Okay, so as expected, this goes woof, and this isn't a homage to Rex. The flames go woof and straight up and over in a black plume. It's 6:44, and it really lights up the area beautifully. The heater, it's very festive actually, and the banging on the garage stops.
Is there any scream or?
You don't hear anything. You hear like a clumsy clatter, like what was it? Someone described it like a sea lion going through a hat shop, kind of Kind of sad.
From what we can see, can I think that the petrol went underneath the door enough?
Yes, it went under, and you're starting to see that the paint is coming off the shutter, and the shutters on the shutter on the housing on the left hand side, which is probably timber and plastic, is starting to go already, and the roof is also already starting to sag, like top quality like workmanship. This is only after what 10 seconds.
Did
maybe.
you say the door was aluminium?
Yeah, powder coated.
Perfect. Haha. So we also
Here we go. Plumbers in the house.
So we also had some fireworks, I believe.
Sorry. I think so the car.
Oh, no, it makes thermite. If you put aluminium and black powder together, you can make thermite with just a bit of bleach.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, let's thermite that cunt.
You have visual on a car which approaches, and it is. If you look down at the photograph on the bottom, it is here, and it's turning in. Right?
What can I see? Talk to me.
You see a car a Chevy SUV style car.
I'm not interested in the vehicle. What's in the vehicle?
It looks like someone's packed it out with the contents of a butcher's window. It is full of blue meat. Under normal circumstances, this might be like some fun Halloween like joke. This might be some kind of joke in the first year Delta Green induction. This is a thing that you've seen before, packed into a car like it was a Guinness World Records attempt.
Yeah, I'm
turning down the drive.
How do you fit multiple elephants into a Mini? Yeah.
You give them some bounce, dude.
Okay, so I was initially standing on this side of the car before Pat did his Miami Vice across the bonnet. So as this car is incoming, I am going to kind of jog around the back so that I end up on the same side as Pat. But I will, when I get into position, be dropping down to one knee and trying to take a nice, precise, aimed burst at the tyres as it rounds the corner.
This sounds good. I think we're in a situation where we could do with knowing where we're at. So, shall we do that? I need a drink. I'm just going to pause it. This is like there's too much excitement for one night.
Yeah, that's good.
Hang on. Boop. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. There's a car.
We're back on a grid.
So you can see us here, literally on the grid. So we have a meat-filled, as I said, it looked like a car filled to the brim with a...
I've got some pedantic issues that I'd like to...
Yeah, you crack on.
All right, so number one is our car, which was parked here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number two was Pat was located here.
Yeah. Well, you can move him. I'm just changing the settings. Hang on.
Okay, cool. And number three was that I had wandered to this location.
Okay, you can move yourself. There we go. Beautiful.
And was going to start firing on the car at its tires as it rounded the corner.
That is great. And this is why
I'd already thrown fire at the door.
Fire!
Even if that was going to help us and other bounce was going to hurt us, I don't care. I'm not on any bounce side. Flubber can burn.
Okay. Yeah, there's something going on. That's for sure. What are we doing here? Okay, let's try that. You happy? I'm happy.
Yep.
I'm happy. I'm happy too. A car is not necessarily squealing around the corner, but it's coming around the corner. The car at the bottom of the drive has stopped and lurching. The barrier on the door was closed, like kind of like oozing and lurching out of the passenger side. Oh, actually, the driver's side. We're in the US.
So I would suggest, David, a bit of your pistol skill with the Mac 10 smash all the windows out, and an incendiary grenade thrown in after.
So David had already kind of started to unload, correct?
Yep.
Right. Okay. And this is where I guess we'll take it from. I'm just going to get a bit of an order from you guys. La 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 la. If I can remember what I'm doing, it's just let me just do that. I think it's that one. Oh, there we go. Beautiful.
Well, I don't think you've seen this before.
Have you not seen that before? I've used it before. So the police. This is from previously. That is a dog. That is something interesting.
I can't see anything in it. It just says turn order.
Oh. Can you see anything now?
No, it still says turn order.
No, at the moment I've got my eyes shut.
I'll be your eyes, Pumbo. It doesn't say anything.
Okay, cool.
Maybe that's for my benefit. I don't know. I don't actually know how you change the settings on that. Let's have a look. Numerically miscellaneous as custom label. What is this? Okay, not to worry.
What is this?
What is this?
What is
yes.
that?
Okay, that's not really helping me out too much. Oh, okay, let's try that one. Sorry about this. Bear with me. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. I'm not having much luck here. I don't quite know. Let's get rid of that.
Tell you what,
Get rid of
fuck
that.
it off. Hey.
Oh, here we
There
go.
currently aren't any tokens on that page taking turn. Right click for a token.
Oh, there we go. So, I don't quite know what was going on there, but right click on a token. Oh shit! Right. Okay. Fine. That's easy enough to do. Right. Okay. Add turn. Add turn. Add turn. This is me not really knowing what I'm doing. I love how my players get impatient, but I am God, and that's.
So you were talking about in the game, or we back to your power fantasy?
Hashem.
Cool. Okay. Right. We've got 3 players.
There's many blue that I just set a light to.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Do that turn.
Yeah. Surely it does have a turn. Okay. Roll me that range looks like funky as fuck. You roll me, and I'll just check the range. Okay.
I'm gonna do a short spray here. Okay.
Yeah, fine. 25 meters. That looks fine. It looks fine, doesn't it?
What am I rolling?
David. Oh, David's unloading, isn't he, with his Mach 10 40-meter range? To hit.
Surely there's a couple of sprays in the fucking thing.
Short spray. Short spray. That's 20. That's 20, isn't it? Of course it is.
No,
Yes.
10
That's
rounds.
beautiful.
10 rounds.
10 rounds, that's beautiful. Don't worry, I'm going to accurately collect all the ammunition that you fire and let you know when it goes click, click, click and nothing comes out. Okay.
Just to patch it. You literally just went all over the target. Like surrounded the fucker.
I did the whole Halo thing, innit? Where you just paint bullets around it just to get your eye in.
So that was a failure. Oh, well done. Yeah, sorry, I'm just catching up. Yeah, fine. You actually do hit it. It's like impossible to hit it, like not hit it at that distance.
Not hit it,
yeah. You're spraying. This does have a lethality figure to it, and that's the whole point, isn't it? In that it's not a single bullet. It's whatever's caught in its range. Does it kill a human immediately, or does it inflict a hell of a lot of damage? And there you go. Because you're a failure, if it was a human, then you would add the 2 figures of the lethality together, basically. Sorry, you'd add the 2 figures of your roll together. So you would hit a human for 8 points of damage, even though you failed. That's the beauty of something with a lethality rating, even though you missed. If you hit, its lethality is it has a 10%. You have a 10% chance of basically killing it. So
you roll again for lethality.
Yeah. So there you go. I'm done. Right, Patrick. No
So he smashed. So this blue blob has come in a car, I believe.
Correct. Yeah.
He's popped the windows, he's popped side windows, put a couple of holes in the bodywork.
Easily, yeah.
Oozing out.
And this thing is oozing out, like pouring out, yeah.
So grab another incendiary thing. Maybe even if I've got time handler, take the demijohn off the back of David and launch that at it, just so it's soaked.
I think that's okay to do. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so literally run up the demijohn that's on his back in his backpack. I whip it out, hold it by one of the little tiny holes at the top of the jar, and then wing it as hard as I can towards the blueness.
Okay, 25-meter throw is like pretty. It's like something else, but you're going to hit it somewhere in between. So if you roll me a dexterity, just for shits, a dexterity, yeah, that'll do. And then if you fail, we'll do like a percentage point of like how far you got the demijohn to it within, and then between us we'll agree. Okay.
Okay. Oh Jesus Christ! These dice hate me.
So 75% of 70 is a 5% failure. So I would suggest you only like get, say, you get 10%. Yeah, 10% like near to it, but you're going to get a splash and a spray, right? Yeah. So I'm suggesting, because that's only 5 meters, you're going to get a bit of a spray which kind of like splatters and does hit it. But if you're aiming for like a big kind of boosh in front of it, you're not quite getting that. But you're getting like you're getting a little bit.
That's just water at the moment. No matter what that is, that's just water.
Right,
like
got it.
Liquid.
Yeah, correct.
It's going to have a puddle of it though, so that's good.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. When it gets out of the car, you've got incendiary grenades as well. You've seen what I've just done. When it actually gets into full fruition of that area, light the bitch up.
Light it up. Okay. Let me just check something. Bear with me. Am I? I did unpause it. I'm a good
100 meters a second. Blow up.
It is this go, and I mean I haven't taken a moment to kind of fully describe the kind of mass that you're looking at. You're somewhat looking at maybe 1,000 kilos of kind of like bear size.
1,000 kilos rolled up in a motor.
Yeah, it was packing. A
transit van.
I described it earlier as being looking like a butcher's window trying to do a Guinness World Record for seeing how many people it could fit inside a SUV.
Actually, the SUV's fucking axles were so on fire that it literally lit the petrol up anyway.
It was somewhat. It was somewhat at its towing weight, its towing limit. If you imagine a sphere composed of interconnected and repurposed limbs, like spilling and just like oozing out of the passenger door without seemingly doing much damage to the door itself. So in a kind of a very considered manner. It's tied to. It obviously appreciates that this is someone else's property. Tied together in bizarre.
Chevy Nova of Shagniferoff.
Tied together in like.
Niggeroff. Chevy Niggeroff. I love it. Oh fuck! I gotta write that down.
Tied together in bizarre ways, and most of these kind of like oozing kind of protrusions have got like eyes, or they're tipped in a weird like with weird double hinged mouths. You've seen this before. You have not seen it on like quite this scale. The last one was, well, it seemed like a manageable size. It's utterly terrifying. I'm going to ask you both to roll SAN against just seeing this thing kind of squeeze out like a toothpaste, but actually be a coherent mass of joined and connected body parts. Frankie, David, sorry, you lose 1 sanity point. You're somewhat immune to all this crap. Somewhat immune to it. but you're rapidly approaching your breaking point of 44. By losing a point, you are 2 points away from a breaking point. Beautiful. Even though you're resilient to like viewing this again and again and again, how is this affecting you? How is this affecting David? Even though you're punch numb to this.
I think he brings up his last donut a little bit in his mouth. I think it's just disgusting, and like he's having a bit of a kind of body horror, kind of like physical reaction.
Tasty. When did you eat that donut?
This morning, I believe.
That was a long time ago, dude. You've got some serious stomach issues. Okay, so this thing does move. It's looking past you guys. It's looking down at the floor. It's looking at you guys. It's looking to the right of you. It's looking to the left of you. It kind of rolls but walks at the same time. This huge grizzly bear, like rhino kind of sized mass. An arm comes out and closes the car door behind it, and it moves forward. Yes, it definitely moves forward.
Through the petrol.
It has to move through the petrol. Yeah. It kind of rolls and like wipes through the petrol somewhat.
That's great. The fact that it's rolling is actually really played into our favour with that petrol all over the.
It's kind of difficult to it's difficult to describe how it's moving. It's like it's connected to the ground using limbs, but it's it's bringing limbs up over itself and growing limbs out and moving forward.
Hence the fumble on my sanity. Where do I go with this, keeper?
You are going to roll me a D6 plus 1. Boom! Right, we're just going to take a little break from the proceedings to like sort out Shogun's mental health. So very quickly, you have developed a temporary insanity, and you've lost 7 points of sanity, obviously. So temporary insanity. You know all about Call of Cthulhu. I'm going to leave this up to you if you want to get involved. What's the sort of thing that's going to kind of affect you?
I would suggest a automatic fear to all things spherical, including the grenades around my body, or it's down to you to roll against the table to tell me what you think.
What was that you suggested again? Hit me with it.
Everything's spherical because you said this is a ball that's rolling one thing over another.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the actual phobia is called, but a fear of all things spherical, which would include the incendiary grenades wrapped around my body, at which point I would start pulling them off and throwing them on the floor next to me and David.
I'd like...
There's fear enough.
Robbie, sorry, go on.
We saw pictures of them, they're cylindrical, definitely.
What I'm saying is circular things for the acting of this, whatever. I can either throw all the grenades on the floor and run away, or you can roll a fucking thing against it.
I'm going to roll the sanity. If you're successful, that's good for me. If you fail, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get an unnatural fear of your own limbs.
My own limbs? Oh, limbage. Fair enough. Critical success.
Yeah, so roll with it. That's cool.
Can I beat him to death with his own limbs?
You've been touched up by this thing, but you're like off put by the unnatural kind of shape. The kind of it's amorphous, but it's a rolling ball of crap.
I've got it.
Go for it.
So my sanity loss has scared the life out of me through the limbage.
Yeah.
I am scared slightly of my own limbs. I'm scared of anything spherical. I am going to charge at it because I see no other way out other than to end it now. So I'm just going to run at it. So I've still got the belt of incendiary grenades on me.
Yeah.
I'm going to run at it as it is and literally take it on limb for limb.
Cool. That's roll me a 1d10 to see how many hours you're going to suffer this for.
How many hours? Probably about 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's a second.
Okay, fine.
So I'm just going to run square at it as like a last desperate charge of keeping David alive, because that's all I've done from the moment we stepped foot in this campaign to now.
Yep.
And I'm just going to tear my way towards it as fast as I can. Again, strapped up in a bandolier of incendiary grenades, waving my Struger and my Mac-10 around, like as a complete berserk rage, firing towards it.
This sounds good.
Just puddler.
So you're doing this concurrent to the turn that is the unknown entity's turn, because it is reflex. The unknown entity is moving at the same time, and it is moving in this direction, and it moves this far during its turn. No. But it means that you're tracking it, right?
Yeah, of course.
So you can run 30 meters in your turn, right? Sprinting, which is what you're going to do. So just show me. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. So you're up to it. So you are a running incendiary bomb, not quite ready to explode.
I didn't pull any of the pins, but I'm close.
It's largely ignoring you and just going to the house,
which is already on fire, right?
The right-hand side, I'll draw this. The right-hand side is already on fire. It's only been a couple of rounds, so it's not completely crazy at the moment. We have got a localized outbreak here, and the roof as well. As this unknown rolling mass moves towards the house, its mouths start opening up and shouting in incoherent kind of screams of like, no, not you, why, no, me, kind of all at once in one
Isabella
voice.
Just showed up.
Yes, Isabella.
Isabella. We got Daniel. Inside, outside. Fuck it, burn a lot.
Let me just find this. Excuse me 1 moment. I'm just going to pop you there. And here's Johnny. I'll lay you on. That'll do. And we'll add turn. Poof. Our friendly neighborhood unknown, doesn't even have a name, comes out to play. Kind of this. You're watching, David. You're watching this, and out the front door, because you're tracking this with your Mac-10s, you madman. Out the front door, kind of squeezes a slightly smaller blob of skillfully crafted and animatronic butchered meat, dyed blue, and the mouths are screaming. As it pushes through the door, it catches its teeth on the door frame. It's moving at rate. In fact, it's like moving at such force, it's snapping its own limbs, getting out of the door. It's pushing the door frame out. It's created a big hole. It's thrown the dead body that was in the other side of the door 20 feet out of the house. It's just kind of popped out and burst out, and it's screaming and wailing, and it moves and wails, and the two kind of meet up, and it strikes the other one.
I'm like, do it, Dave, do it, as I'm trying to fumble for a pin on the incendiary grenades around me.
I will.
It's a bit sort of quick action here, Dave. I mean, I will doesn't really end it. You need to go, I will do this, not I will.
Salty to crew. We've got like two pickups, temperature sensors in your location. Watch out, over.
Thanks, Salty.
Cheers, Salty. You've always been my mate. As I fumble for a pin.
Roger that.
I'm going to.
Roger that.
I'm going to step like to the rear door of the car, pull out the flamethrower from the back seat, and cook them.
Okay, roll me a dex. You have to put. You know what? This is not going to work out very well for you. You have you have to prime this weed killer get.
Okay, no, point taken. I respect that. I respect where you're coming from.
You've got incendiary grenade yourself. Yeah. Just pop one and launch it.
I'm going to use. I'll launch the incendiary grenade and then I'll go and retrieve the weed killer, the weed whacker.
Okay, roll me a dex for the incendiary, and then you can move up to 20 while you're doing it. Okay. What does that even mean with an incendiary grenade? Roll me an int, please. Okay. This is a question of range, right? So I want you to roll me a luck. If you're over 50, it's long. If you're under 50, it's short. And depending on how far away you are from 50 is how far we're going to judge you are from each of the doofers. That's great. Okay, I think we said if you're.
It might go next.
I think I said if you're under 50 you were long, and if you're over 50 you were short. Did I say the other way around?
Yeah. No.
The car is about to explode. TPK.
Right. I think this is fair. So you pop it, and it clears the car. Bear in mind you're running while you're throwing this, and this incendiary grenade goes off, but it's like kind of got a 5 meter. It's got a 5 meter range really, and it's really only like bursting into flames, and it is kind of it immediately catches fire to the paintwork of the car.
Hang on, isn't there a trail of petrol like from here to here somewhere that it can then ignite?
No doubt, if it was in this direction.
Protecting me.
So where you moving to, David?
I'm going to retrieve the makeshift fire extinguisher from the back of the car.
Christ, okay, I'll give you that. Okay, I'll let you pop the bonnet, and that's it. That's your move.
And that's my go, right?
Patrick, you are face to faces with the front, the back, the side, and the top all at once of a interesting angle.
I pop the pins in the incendiary grenade. I turn around and go, Patrick, Dave, he was always a dick. I just jump at it all. I just give it a big bear hug as the incendiary grenades go.
Fine, roll me a dex, please. This is just to make sure that you pop them all, because you've got a lot of them, right? You've got actually got 5 because you used one. Oh no, you got 6 because you used half of them. You got 6 incendiary grenades. You should be all right. That'll be fine. Fumble.
Oh, fuck off! Really, fuck off! Like every fucking roll.
So you were trying. you were popping all these incendiary grenades, and you were like basically dropping the demijohns. Am I right? Or the demijohn?
Yeah, no, that's it. I know. I'm hugging it. Like if nothing's been popped, it's fine. I'm just getting eaten by the big mess of blue shit. And I'm just like, and I'm trying to pull it all together while I'm there. I'm like, someone's going to pull this pin at some point.
The
tooth is going to get pulled.
Is this fair? It's fair to suggest you got all the pins out, and it's fair to suggest you dropped the demijohn, right? It's also probably fair to suggest that it's all going on around you, right? Can you roll me? Can you roll me? Can you roll me 6 incendiary grenades?
By now.
Yeah. Oh, it's a fumble. It's like that you didn't manage to get all the incendiary grenades off. I wonder what's fair here. Like I think I'm going to suggest that because it's a fumble, you don't pull any of the pins, but you are in the mix, right? You do.
I'm being eaten alive. Like, am I pretty? Am I pretty?
You're still alive, and you've dropped the demijohn, but it bounces. And in that moment, it bounces, but it's still within grasping distance. And in your shock and fumbling to try and grab hold of the demijohn, you're missing all the pins. So you do a fantastic job of being the world's worst ever suicide bomber. And you're basically like scribbling around, high-fiving a load of like very odd blue limbs that don't appear to be too interested in you.
It's fine.
Yeah, good job. I mean, yeah, great, fantastic. And the whole place smells of petrol anyway.
And I'm being eaten alive-ish. Like, I'm being absorbed into these limbs that are constantly rolling around themselves. But you know now that there's a lot of white phosphorus right in the middle of this fucking thing. So light it up, bitch. My last thing is I get like absorbed into a leg, a thigh, and an arm, and something else. I'm just like, light this motherfucker up!
The slightly larger blue mass grabs the slightly larger, slightly smaller, blue mass, this one here, and is wailing on it and pulling out limbs left, right, and centre like they're like slow cooked chicken legs. And the smaller one is desperately trying to grow them back. And in response, the smaller one is giving it large, trying to like slide underneath the main one, trying to kind of envelope it, almost like lift it up. And they're both tearing chunks out of one another. It's absolutely grotesque. And the damage that
they're... something. Just as I'm flying out, I throw the jar of Mayor Digit Carcetti, and I just launched the jar towards David. So keep him safe.
As you do that, like 5 eyes on the one side kind of track the thing through the air, and then one hand catches the jar.
No!
And it pulls it in and crushes the Kilner jar in its hand. That's the last you see of your little hatted friend. I'm just going to roll a couple of things here very quickly. Bear with me, because just for shits and giggles. What's that?
I thought I was so sure that they were going to like join together and become more powerful, but instead they're having a sort of like Godzilla Mothra fight.
Well, why not just light the fuckers up? They're full of white phosphorus.
This is what I got.
You're not kidding. Like failure. You got no fucking chance. I'm dead. I understand that. I saved your good name, and it's just a finger like that getting crushed into the middle. Like, no!
What's that? That's that. And then we're going to go
422 damage. Fireball.
I'm just going to do this. This won't mean much, but it might mean something to them. Oh, blimey. Oh, blimey.
And then a 1. No. Don't try and do this twice. On the back. Everyone can see what you're doing. Behave yourself. Let Dave do his thing.
Did I only do it twice? Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Actually, thank you very much. Yeah, so you can actually see, like, you... Oh, no, that's...
What are you rolling a D4 for?
I don't know, actually. That's weird. I don't know what that was, actually. It should have been...
It's the one little bit of shrapnel with Pat's bone that hit David in the eye and caused him to go, you may take our Irish, but you'll never take our Americans.
I pressed the wrong button. Let's try that. Okay. That's not damage times 2. Yeah, nice try. Ha ha ha. So you're watching a fight, which is the large one is making ground in like stripping the smaller one like a plate of chicken wings in a barbecue house. It's stripping it like the leaves on an old Christmas tree, just breaking branches, and the arms are just like dying and shriveling. And it's trying its best to grow back, but it's losing mass. So as the big one doesn't appear to be losing much mass, David.
I will get the flame. Oh wait, how many? No, I've still got an incendiary grenade left, haven't I? Right, before I.
You got 6 of them, yeah. Yeah,
so I'm gonna try and throw 2. I'm gonna throw 1 from each arm. I'm gonna get 2 out. I'm gonna bite the pins. I'm gonna throw both of them, and it's gonna go swimmingly.
Okay, roll the first one normally, and roll the second one with a plus plus 20 on dex. This is, please.
Roll, yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
So first one normal, and second one at what modifier?
Plus 20. This is your left-handed throw. So the first one lands in the same. The first one lands a little bit closer, but in the same area. You still manage to whip the pin and throw it. The second one, Robin,
reinforcing the wall of fire. It's fine.
You are like the second one, like drops, and there's a small, ever so small delay on when it drops, and then it frazzles, it burns, and you see the big one erupt into flame on the one side. Roll me a 1d6, please. Oh shit. And roll me a 1d6 minus. No, just go roll me another 1d6, please, for this round for both of them. Thanks. That's great. That's amazing. You've done a great job. I commend you on your activity. Now, cool. Pat, you are... roll me another d6, please, for Pat. I forgot about him, actually.
I is dead. I believe there's not a dead Pat.
Oh Christ! Is that a 1?
Yeah, I rolled a 1 for Pat. Yeah.
Shall I update you? Shall I update your hit points, Pat?
I didn't believe I had any.
You've got 8. No, you've got 8. You're not being attacked, but you're not in the greatest of health. You've got 7.
I'm on fire, surely. Like, if I could just go incendiary grenade into the middle.
That is true, but you're not covered in fuel, and you've taken you.
The thing that ate me was.
You are very damaged by this, but your inner strength, inner will, and physical presence is just holding you together. You're at half currently. If you're feeling fighting fit mentally and physically, you're like 50% of that. It's just willpower which is keeping you going at full speed. If you start losing your mind any more than this, you're going to lose your ability to even take a turn. But you've got physical presence. You can move your arms, move your legs. And that fire went off just away from you, and it was consumed somewhat a little bit more by these big, huge balls of flesh than they were for you. Unfortunately for you, you're not dead yet, but I've got big plans for you. It's called...
I bet you haven't, because it's called, I'm pushing all of this flesh towards the fire. I'm pushing every bit of flesh I can get hold of. I'm trying to push it towards the fire. Even if I've got to lay across the fire, my willpower, as you just said, is strong enough. And I'm just going to go and burn every last bit of flesh that's around me on the fire that David just started, even though I'm surrounded by incendiary grenades, which should have gone off and burnt me to a pulp.
They haven't gone off. You're quite welcome to give them a little go if you want.
I'll give them a pull. I'll give it a go with my teeth.
And roll me, give me a dex and give me a strength, please. Dex for the pins and strength for the well, you don't know what it's for. So.
Dex, because I'm part of this thing now. There's the pins pulled. And there's whatever the fuck that wasn't.
Okay, roll me 1d6 for each of the things for the incendiary grenade that you're trying to like push the mass into. Actually, no, roll me 1d6 because roll me 1d6, please. Because which one are you trying to like shove?
Well, the one I'm surrounded by both of them. I thought I was being hit by the complete mass.
They're two separate mass entities, so you can kind of like dislodge one from its footing somewhat. So choose which one and hit me. The big one or the?
I jumped into the big one. So...
Fine, let's do that one then. And now you're going to roll me a damage for each of the incendiary grenades. I think
4.
You're going to roll. No, you're going to roll 1d6 because that's fire damage. Okay.
For each one.
For each one, yeah.
Oh bollocks! Dice just hate me. I'm happy with that.
This is okay. This is fine.
Is it 1 per fire grenade? 1 per incendiary grenade?
1 per incendiary grenade. Keep going. Give me another. Give me 5 more of those. Thank you. Beautiful. So we've got a 1, a 1, a 1, a 5, and a 5. Okay, we can do that. So this is, and you're going to roll. We're going to talk about David soon, but maybe you could describe what's happening to yourself, having taken 13 points of damage on a body that can really only take half that.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm writhing around in because it wasn't just the incendiary grenades; it's also the petrol that was covered in these flames. So
Correct.
First of all, I was being broken into things. So like arms dislocating, everything else. The last thing I did was like, "Fuck you, David," and then I got absorbed into the middle. Realizing I was still alive, I tried with my teeth to pull an incendiary grenade. As I pulled the incendiary grenade, the white phosphorus flames went all over me, burnt me to a crisp. I still got "fuck you, David" in one hand, and the rest of my body just went limp, as literally being broken apart like a burnt chicken wing on a barbecue around this thing, which was starting to smell like honey and chlorine. But, you know.
So what a way to go out. David, what's going through your brain right now?
I am very worried, quite happy as well, and in a strange way. A weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Thankfully, I'll never have to cross that bridge. Now it's just whether or not I can get out of here alive. I can see words appearing before me. They're telling me that I need to roll sanity.
I'll just pause. Oh, I'm continuing.
Other things killed me.
We're continuing. Sorry, I've unpaused. You failed it, and you're going to roll 1d4 against and remove that from your sanity. You're 2 points away from breaking point.
Can I just mention now, in my defence, I was preparing myself for certain eventualities that.
I told you to leave. Once we got you out of the helicopter, I told you to go home and respect your name.
Yeah, if you hit your breaking point, which is
now.
It is now, yeah, definitely now. Which is only a couple of points away, I believe. Yeah, you've gone, fucked it. basically you get a disorder. So this may manifest itself a few hours after the trauma, or it may be immediate. Maybe let's make it immediate just for shits and giggles. And I'd like to negotiate with you very quickly the actual nature of your psychological trauma. So the disorder is a chronic but ongoing condition. This is not what you want to hear if you want to play with your character again. It lurks under the surface, like threatening to erupt when things go bad. And anytime you lose sand in the future, and anytime your agent faces a trigger, the disorder then will kind of pop up, and your disorder could take over. So, sample disorders are like addictions, depressions, like phobias, paranoias, PTSD, those sort of things, but things that are triggered by the same event, like in the long term.
What about pyromania?
Why not?
It would be fitting, seeing that everything's on fire.
Let's go with that. Pyromania sounds like makes sense.
Is it pyromania or is it pyrophobia?
It's actually amusing because here in the handler's guide it says, if your agent saw his or her partner die in a fire, developing pyrophobia makes sense. While developing erotomania based on the feel of fur is ridiculously unlikely.
Although, I think that's better, no? Have a bit, every time you see a fire, a little bit of cum.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm willing to go out on a limb and say that I think he sees Pat as like a martyr, and he's like, Pat was right. Pat had the answer. Everything needs to burn. Fire is the answer. And like I think maybe like in future, like in stressful situations outside of this sort of environment, say he was working in Blockbuster or something, he might get well stressed out at his boss and go outside and set the dumpster on fire. Like he might find release in like setting fires, you know.
Absolutely. And pyromania is like the key. Pyrophobia is not where we're going with this. So that's cool. And dumpsters are always there for fires whenever you need them. Whenever you need to fall back on them. God, the place stinks of like burnt ginger hair. It's like disgusting. We've got
Hey, I shaved all the hair off. Don't start that shit.
What, all of it?
What, all of it? We're going, oh yeah, right, cool. Roll with me, Mr. Unarmed. Oh gosh. I didn't know that actually. I misread it. The larger one is wailing at a mass which is almost completely reduced. They're both on fire. And the significantly larger one is like pulling what's left of the smaller mass into it. It's biting at it and it's pulling it apart, and there's bits everywhere. And you're right, the smell is significant, but it's laying into it with such ferocity. It's just frightening, and it's near dark at the moment. You just see silhouettes of arms cartwheeling into this kind of, you almost feel sorry for this. If it wasn't for the burnt kind of corpse smoking next to them, you'd almost feel sorry for this like ball which has been reduced to nothing. And then finally the larger one just like pulls apart the core, and you see what looks like kind of a human torso, chest attached to a human torso chest, like what's it called? Like an hourglass, right? And he just pulls that apart and throws the contents, and then turns around. I say turns around. The focus of it revolves within the beast to look at you, David. This beast is struggling. You recognize it. It's struggling to grow. It's like arms. You've seen this before. It's on fire still, and it can't kind of like push. It's like trying to push an arm through a balloon or a bit of latex. It's trying to grow it out, but they're kind of being sucked back in. And the mass of this thing, it was huge when it got out of the car. The mass of this thing now is probably a third of what it was earlier, and it's taken such a hit out of this fight that it looks like it's taken a lot out of it. It's still startlingly fast. Its arms are a blur. It's screaming, and its eyes focus your way through the fire, over the car, and to where you are. And through the smoke and the flames, you just see the focus and the anger of 5, 10, 15 eyes, and rage gnarled up in the mouth and teeth, which are kind of on appendages looking at you. And it is your go.
Yeah, I am going to
roll for initiative.
I'm going to, with my left hand, throw a incendiary grenade.
Okay, so you've used 2. I think you've used 2 already, if I believe. You've got 4 left, and you're going to throw 2, yeah? Or throw 1?
No. He's pulling the pin on his left hand, and he's got the MAC-10 in the other hand, because you said that it's coming through the smoke at him.
Yeah. Well, it's
a last stand. Dink.
It is looking. It is looking at you through the smoke. It is not. It is not coming at you through the smoke.
Yeah. So I'm going to pull the pin with my teeth, throw the grenade with the left hand, while unleashing a long spray with the MAC-10.
Long spray, 20 rounds. Let's do that. Oh, this is fascinating. I really hope this goes well. So you're going to roll me a dex as well. Oof.
Don't say that. I haven't even seen it yet. Do you want this modified at all, seeing as it's with my left?
Yes, correct. I want it plus 20. So the MAC-10 cuts this thing in half, but the bottom half is still writhing and like looking like it's going to come towards you. You fire the MAC-10 first, and you throw the incendiary grenade up and over. Now you're like chugging 20 rounds, and the incendiary grenade comes down, falls within like 4 inches of the front of this beast, and you catch it, and it hangs in the air as you're firing. It's like you're juggling it with your MAC-10. And it drops, and it doesn't explode. Now the thing's on fire at the moment, so you're going to roll me 1d6 just for that damage, not for the incendiary grenade. At that point, it's wails, and then the incendiary grenade, which is now on the floor, bursts, and like a Catherine wheel, it starts spinning and spins up and round and round and round, and just kind of hovers there while you're unloading the MAC-10. And then, boom, the thing that was in front of you gets chucked into 5 or 6 different places. Arms, mouths, teeth. It covers an area of 20 feet with the force of the explosion of this one incendiary grenade, which has malfunctioned but served a purpose for you. The there's now badly kind of malformed and still bits in like a 10-foot, 20-foot radius around where these things once were. And there's the steaming corpse of what was once Pat, your partner, in the middle. There is no more unknown thing. There is no more Daniel Uli. There is no more slightly smaller thing, as I called it. There is no more bounce monster. There's no more, what did you call it? Rambling shambler. There's a lot of fire, which is gradually calming down. Your car is shambling mound. There's a lot of fire. There's a lot of heat.
So I'm like gonna grab the flamethrower off the back seat, and I'm gonna make sure there's enough fire in the surrounding area. You know, the rest of the house, the rest of the corpse. I'm gonna do this quickly.
Could you walk around going, they drew first blood. They drew first blood.
So yeah, I'm basically gonna make sure the whole place is gonna go up really fucking well, and then I'm gonna make my way up this way. You know,
you do this, and are you like flaming the house as well?
Every
just
house,
absolutely fucking everything.
Yeah.
You do this. It doesn't take you very long to like just start the fire. The house isn't a fireproof construction. It's a very basic bungalow. You go around, do the garage around the back. Things start popping and go up in huge flames. Within a couple of minutes, you can start hearing sirens from like 10 kilometers out, 10 kilometers out in Billing. You're assuming that those are firefighters which have been alerted to something.
So I am going to walk over.
Remember the story, Dave. Remember the story. Just use the story to clear your name.
I'm going to walk around to where the corpses were. I'm going to discard the makeshift flamethrower onto the corpses to make sure they burn real nice. I'm going to start walking in the direction of Salty, and I'm going to phone 911. I'm going to tell the operator that. Oh, hang on. Who would I call? I don't want to call 911. I'm going to call. I'm going to call Dwayne.
No, I think what you need to do is send Salty on his way. You walk down the road and go, I escaped from the real IRA. So when the normal police come, you can just be like, I managed it. They're all burning over there. And they'll see all the burning shit. And that was their safe house. And then you'd be safe and your name, and you could go back to being the detective.
I'm gonna.
You listen to the Force Ghost of Pat Mahanary, and he gives you sage advice, which you take.
As well. So I'm going to go and sit on the driveway.
It was like 1,000 souls got burnt out in one moment.
I'm going to go and sit on the the start of the drive, and I'm going to phone Dwayne, and I'm going to say to him, I'm ringing Dwayne. I assume he answers.
Yeah, Dwayne, how you doing? Salty's been keeping me up to date. How are you doing?
Yeah, okay. So listen, I'm gonna wait for the emergency services here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, explain to them that my kidnapper has perished, along with some of his bomb-making pals, and that everyone should keep away. I guess you guys can handle it from here, right?
Yeah. You're gonna sit put? Are we gonna pick you up?
Yeah. I mean, well, I'll wait for you guys. I kind of think it'd make sense for me to be here, so at least I'm found and can be freed from.
While you're talking, Salty is like communicates with you and says like, "Good job, boys. I'm off. Maybe see you around." And he's off and gone. Dwayne says, We've got a friend. We've planted a friendly. Just sit put, and we're going to try and put off Billing police, and we'll send a friendly to pick you up and just follow normal process. You're familiar with process, yeah?
Yeah.
So fire brigade arrived first. You're sitting on the curb. they're dealing with a fire which is huge. This is a
As
huge.
soon as they arrive, I warn them. I say, guys, don't go in there. This is a bomb factory. Just we need to set up a cordon. I show them the FBI badge. I'm still sitting there, looking thoroughly dishevelled. I show them an FBI badge to say to them, we need to set up a cordon. There's no point even putting it out. We don't know how dangerous this is.
They listen to you and they say, they ask you whether there's anybody in there, and you tell them
everybody's dead.
They listen to you. They sit put. They've got their blues and twos on the curbside anyway. A squad car pulls up with 2 policemen and a couple more cars in tow. The first squad car has got a female officer driving it, and a male. And the female officer says, "Agent, what's your name?"
You don't recognise me?
I've got an instruction to pick you up, make sure you're all right. Do you want to get in the car?
Yeah, get straight up. I was just slightly worried this might be Dunster Mark II.
It's not Dunster. Agent, just so you know, and she takes you aside and she whispers in your ear, Dwayne has let me know that we're just going to take you in for questioning and process you. So let's do that. Get our story straight, okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Is there anything we need to know?
Yeah, I could really do with a donut.
Can you give me your headset that you're wearing?
Yeah, sure.
And she takes it and she like squirrels that away. And you're in the back, and you have a leisurely drive into Billing, and then into Billing police station, where you're given ask if you want a cup of tea, and then you're given a blanket. And at this point, you feel like you're being looked after. You're left in a meeting room for an hour or so on your own, and the same officer comes in. She's not introduced herself, but her badge says Dohannery, which reminds you slightly of somebody else, maybe triggers you or something else. And she says, she sits down and says, we're gonna have to take you, the program is going to need to take you for a bit of media. You're going to make some statements. You're going to have to get better. You're going to have to get your story straight, and then you're going to have to continue working for us. Are you good with that, or do we need to make other arrangements for your retirement?
Tell him to fuck off.
I guess I'm good with that.
Right, then we got a deal. And that's where things end for you. You get to make a statement. You do some small media kind of circles on local news, and you're pretty much put out to pasture in that the official line is that you're retired due to post-traumatic stress disorder. The official line is that you're on a federal pension. But the truth is you're part of the program, and your partner that you hired didn't turn out to be the guy who was the liability. He turned out to be the guy who got rid of the problem, who helped you get rid of the problem. And your decisions that you made were right, but unfortunately they were expensive of a very, very good ally. But you get to live another day. The terrorist died. That's a good story for the media, and that helped cover all of this up. The program has a big misinformation program which you start learning about, and you understand that a lot of the website, the forums, the activities that were going on site during your program were really just to cover up the fact that you were working and to give you a bit of a clear path into doing what you needed to do. They applauded the fact that you and your team came up with the ruse of the real IRA terrorist, and they played with that, and they freed you up to do what you needed to do. The real IRA. Sorry.
David takes full responsibility for that.
And they appreciated that you didn't need to.
What do you mean responsibility? It was a fucking brilliant ploy.
Yeah,
Fuck you, David.
David's definitely.
Shut up and take your fucking Medal of Honor while Dave sits here in a pile. Bat sits here in a pile in fucking smoke and flesh, and you shut your mouth.
They also appreciated that they didn't need to clean up that mess. They didn't need to deal with a terrorist who was alive, and maybe deal with themselves. And I think,
well, to be fair, it was Uncle Terence, but you know,
some like weeks later, after all this, you don't hear anything for a couple of weeks, and then you're at your coffee bar round the corner from your flat, and the door rings, and in walks some familiar footsteps, and Dwayne Dennison sits next to you, and
I thought you was about to say me.
he sits next to you and says, "I've got another mission for you. You just need to let me know when you're ready, okay?" And that's where we're going to end here, boys. After oh, he's gone. It's been so much for Frankie. He's disconnected.
Frankie had never seen anything like it before. He's never seen the end of a campaign.
He's
He
never
did see the end of this one. He saw the end of people keeping his character alive. He saw the he saw the handler and his friends like make sure that he got to the end. He made sure that we all made him the center of attention.
It was carried. It was carried on the shoulder of giants until his Wi-Fi failed. The irony is the Wi-Fi killed him.
Is he coming back? We don't know. But yes, Frankie, for the first time, I believe, in his life, has seen the end of an actual fucking episode. An episode would say campaign, but it was
a mini campaign in the end, wasn't it? Yeah.
Not at the end of it, but we'll make anything. This is why I want to do a little introduction to the world of our Shadowrun world, which is basically our D&D world, just in the future.
I think Frankie's in tears. He's like, no, this is too much.
Like, I made it. I got there.
His tears have fried his laptop.
No, he sent me a message. See a lot. Hey, here he is, David. Medal of Honor. First one, so it was like, everyone give Frankie a medal.
Yeah, well done for seeing it. Well done for surviving. And
he's frozen again, by the way.
Oh gosh! What a way to end a mini campaign with a frozen Frankie. It's not even set in it. It's not even set in the Arctic.
I need you both anyway, so I can tell you about your Shadowrun characters. Because that'll be our next one, right? I'll do it, and you'll play Shadowrun.
Yeah.
Hence why I need your help with doing all the shit, because I don't understand it. But yeah, I need to speak to both of you. I like that one.
Where did he go?
Why is the police after you? Don't worry about it, Ma. It'll be fine.
Don't worry about it. Oh,
the amount of times I've done that in real life. Police just knocked at the door. It's all right, they got the other one.
Oh, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for your mum.
Really? She's the most dangerous woman on the planet. Nope, Frankie's gone again. No, there's another guy in this area that's got my same name. So when I used to go to the hospital with like a cut or a whatever, they used to have 2 files. And my old man, when I was about 8 years old, put me as master my name.
Yeah.
So I'm now 20. I'm now 30 odd years old, and when I go to the hospital, it says master so and so. It still says master my name. So no, it's me.
Oh, he's quit and he's rejoining. That is good work. Well, good. I hope you enjoyed that, my friend.
I fucking love that. I love you doing the thing. I love everything. And I love the fact that you can do all this shit, because that's my thing. Now, when we do the next one, you're going to have to record it, because I have no capable way. Unless I win the lottery and have like 5 PCs around me, but you'll still have to come here and take loads of cocaine and tell me how it works.
They can be arranged.
That's fine. I mean, you can come here and tell me how it works. That would be actually in November.
Yeah.
I think the 16th is a Monday.
Okay. Yes.
So because the Jews don't have normal holidays, I've got Saturday